Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are talking about the 5 most popular loot run type videos we've done in the past, and we are going to look at which ones I find best now. Like after patch 12.4, did that change anything? After running them all hundreds of times, I now finally feel like I can give a good insight in ranking them, so that's what we're going to be doing as well at the end of the video. And we are going to talk about the pros and cons a little bit to help you guys figure out which ones you should run. And I hope it helps you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's just jump straight into it. I've seen some comments on the videos and in the stream saying, "Oh, this is so much better than customs. You need to go to reserve, or interchange is better, or this and that." And the most important thing to take away from this video is there isn't such a thing as a best loot run in Tarkov, because there's so many factors determining if the loot run is successful or any run is successful, that you can't just say, okay, A is better than B is better than C, and so forth. So first up, the customs loot run. Now the customs loot run is still very much the same as it used to be. If you take into account that you have a maximum weight that you can take with you, you shouldn't be in too much trouble when it comes to the weight you're carrying from the loot run. But the thing is, customs is kind of dying, and what I mean by that, I don't know if it's this way for everyone or if it's just EU on the times that I've played it. Customs is mostly just semi-geared players doing their quests, doing that kind of stuff. And other than that, people usually go for either dorms or for the gas station. And this means that the entire map, except for those two locations, are up for grabs. And this makes it a pretty safe way to grab some loot. Now, I do agree with you guys when you say, okay, but you have much more potential for loot in reserve or labs or maybe even interchange. That's true. But this is the safest option, so you could also say you don't have to take in that much firepower to come out on top. And I think 8 out of 10 runs nowadays, no one has touched 9 out of 10 loot boxes, loot stashes in customs. So I'd say if you're still getting used to some of the systems in Tarkov, if you don't want to get gangbanged by 4-player squads, customs is still a very good map to do the run of, which is seconded by the amount of views on the video. Loads of people are looking for a good loot run on customs, and if you want to do one, I highly recommend the one I recommend in the video down below in the description, because it's a very safe trajectory through the map. Now the second and third loot run I want to talk about is actually, one is a loot run. It's the one Pestily also used for his tournament in Code Red. I'll link it in the description. It's insane. The amount of money you can make is actually insane, and what's even better or worse, depending on what you're looking for in reserve right now, is that after this patch, everyone is playing interchange. All the geared players are going for interchange. I have not seen very many geared players in reserve last couple of days. That will change, obviously. On the other hand, it's probably going to be like that for a week or two before people will start spreading over to the other maps as well. Especially the very high level players that don't need any money and just want to find some PvP action. Trust me, they'll all be in interchange for a bit, and these two loot runs are still very viable. And what's more is that the items you find don't weigh anything compared to the stuff you find in customs sometimes. But don't stress about it too much. They are bringing in loads of changes, they have already, and now you're only getting the very bad overweight stuff happen to you after you go over 70 kilograms. So it's not too bad. I don't think you should have a problem, and if you do, just make sure to drop one of the car batteries if you can. Drop one of the very heavy items you have in your bags, and both runs should be fine. But obviously, while running reserve, even if you're bringing your loadout, you will not have any problems. All the graphics cards and all that don't weigh anything, so don't fret about that. But the last one for reserve is the Zero to Hero run. Now, as I said, the Zero to Hero run is not a loot run necessarily. It's aimed at grabbing an AK from somewhere and then either killing some scavs, some players, or what I like to do is killing some raiders. And this is not affected at all by the overweight system, except for the fact that if you kill 4 raiders, and this goes for labs as well, you will not be able to stack a backpack with another backpack and another backpack and 2 rigs and 4 guns and 600 grenades, 74 IFAKs and 36 morphine, because you won't be able to walk anymore. So that's something to keep in mind. If you kill 2 or 3 raiders, it shouldn't be that much of a problem, and so I still think the Zero to Hero run on reserve is viable, but it takes some skill, and it's definitely not for the faint-hearted or the people that don't feel very confident in a fight. And so I'd say if you do want to do that, make sure to at least be confident in what you're doing. But the other side is, even if you're doing it and you're dying, you probably have a couple of Hexagon SKS silencers of some sort, some scopes, and whatever, or some ammo in your gamma container or alpha container or kappa, whichever one you have. And you're also making a little bit of a profit that way. And now the last very popular loot run on our channel has always been the Interchange loot run. Both idea side and Ollie side will be linked in the description box down below. Don't do this right now. Uh, just think of it this way. Every person that is looking to kill people is now on Interchange for the next couple of weeks, and so I wouldn't recommend necessarily going for it right now. However, you might feel, well, what I do feel is that most people will be running to the center of the map, so you might test it a little bit. But the couple of times I've tried it in the past 2 days, I was just destroyed by fully geared players because I didn't bring the same amount of gear. So it's viable for going in with Gen 4 and all that and trying to kill some squads. Other than that, I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing a loot run there right now. And now the most important part of the video, probably for most of you guys, is my ranking for the loot runs. And I am going to go purely based on the money-making side of things, weighing that off to the risk of that run. And I it's very straightforward. I would love to put customs higher on that ranking, but the fact is customs is still a very dangerous map, and the profit you make there, combined with the fact that you have to bring in a full loadout nowadays, at least like an AK and like this, like a level 4 armor. ULAC I wouldn't take there. I would take a penis helmet, but then still, Mosin definitely not good enough this part of the patch, except for if you are very, very, very confident with it. Like, I would take a hunter, but I hear loads of people say my aim is just not good enough, and then you're already looking at something like this, a semi-kitted AK, and you're risking like 150k each run. So my ranking would be number 1, best run you can do right now purely for the money is the Code Red Pestilli loot run. That's on reserve. It's insane. I've had runs where you would see like 3 graphics cards in here, a Tetris on top, an MCB here, and then in my rig I would have like 2 more Tetris, MGTs, SIGs, like the signal transmitters, and I would get out of there with like 1.2 million made in 5 or 6 minutes. Sometimes I have a run that doesn't even last 5 minutes, and I'm completely stacked. That's number 1, by far. Number 2 and number 3, they're kind of tied up. It's customs and then the Zero to Hero run. The Zero to Hero run, you don't risk anything, and so everything you put into your gamma container is purely profit. But it's also, there's, to be honest, it's just free profit, but on the other hand, the chances of getting out of a zero to hero run are fairly low. Let's be honest here, you are tagged and cursed. You don't have anything to protect yourself when you get in, and so sometimes you get killed before you even grab anything. Um, and that's just the way it is. On, on the other hand, everything in your gamma container makes you money. With a customs run, you have to risk more. And let's be honest here, a fully done customs run will probably make you anywhere between 150 and 400k. And so you risk quite a bit to make that amount of money. And if you're a decent player and you actually run from the gunshots instead of towards them, then you can make quite a bit of money in a day. But it's just nothing compared to reserve. So it's kind of tied in my mind because it's a different playstyle and it's nice um, to switch it up a little bit. But if you are looking at a 100% money basis, then reserve wins. So it's one. Let's go over this again. Number one, the Pastilli loot run on reserve. Number two, zero to hero run on reserve. Number three, the customs run. Then number four, interchange, and number five as well, because we have two of them: interchange, Ollie, and idea side. So I hope this helps you guys in determining which loot run you want to do in the coming weeks, because it's something I've been asked quite a bit, and it's something that most people will be interested in when they start playing this game. And now, when it comes to all the new changes to the overweight system, I wanted to do a video like this that takes that into account. To be honest, they've changed the overweight from like 20 kilos to 40 kilos, like for the first increment, and then or from 30 to 40, and then the other increment is from 60 to 70 kilograms. So all you need to keep in mind now is that if you are over 40 kilograms, you cannot regain your stamina while walking. So just pick a point where you want to walk to, then catch your breath, walk again. If you have to sprint, make sure to keep that stamina up. Make sure to pre-med, and every single loot run we have on the channel should be fine. But I have heard people that complaining about some batteries and military batteries are too heavy. So keep that in mind if you have them in your inventory. But other than that, this patch shouldn't change anything, in my opinion. If you disagree or if you agree, let me know in the comment section down below. I do hope this video helps. It's a little bit of an extra video for this week. I thought I'd put out there. So thank you guys for watching. If you did like the video, leave a like. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, because we are trying to get 1,000 subs this year, and it would mean a lot to me if you guys want to help me with that. And if you enjoy the content, why not? It's just one button. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Eddie out.